Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brando with Brando Sports World here, and today we're doing team number 47 of my top 50 college football teams of the 2023 football season. And today we are doing the Boise State Broncos. So the Boise State Broncos are out of the Mountain West Conference. Their head coach is Andy Avalos, and this is he's coming up on his third season. His total win record is 17-9 as the Broncos head coach. So last year they had a 10-4 record, and he had improved on that from the previous year, where I believe he was 7-5, and they were 8-1 in the conference. And actually, they went undefeated in the conference up until that last game where they had played in that conference championship game, losing to Fresno State. They had beaten Fresno State one time earlier in that season, but ended up getting beat in that conference championship game. So just kind of falling short. So they finished the season against North Texas in the Frisco Bowl, and they did win that game, and they captured that 10th win, the coveted 10th win that everyone wants to get to. So they obviously finished the season really strong heading into the offseason. So only good things are probably going to come up from here. One of the notable things that I wanted to mention too was that they do return their starting quarterback from last year, Taylor Green. He's a very strong dual threat quarterback, and I know he rushed for over 500 yards, so that's something a lot of defenses are going to have to watch out for. And I think him having a full offseason with the program now too is going to pay dividends for you guys this year with a stronger offense. So positive things heading into the season, but let's go ahead and get on into the prediction side of some things here. So week one, very tough game to open up the season. You got to give them credit for putting this on the conference non-con schedule at Washington. So obviously Washington, incredible offense. They have strong leadership. The offense is good with Michael Penix. He had transferred in from Indiana, and he probably could have opted out to go to the NFL, but he's chose to stick around, and he is a problem. He's going to be a problem for your guys' defense, and I don't see you guys winning this one, and I have you losing this first game 42-17. However, the second week is a game against UCF. Everyone knows UCF with Gus Malzahn at the helm right now. They've had some success in the past with some of the other coaches, and he's had not mediocre success, but he's guided them to a strong program. 7, 8, 9 wins a season. That's very doable. But I said that this game's gonna be really close. I think both teams are very well balanced out, and this could go either way. It could be a toss-up for sure here, but I actually have you guys winning a game at home 31-28 against UCF, and I think that if you guys do win that game, it's going to pay off big for you down the road here. So the next game is a game against North Dakota. We don't really need to discuss much about this one. I think it's an easy win at home for you guys. I have you winning that one 38-20. If you lose that one, then you're going to be having a really long season, let's be honest. Heading into week 4, a game at San Diego State. This game is going to be a tough game. San Diego State is a very well-balanced team too. And I've noticed a lot of teams out of the Mountain West Conference, they are very similar in that stance of, they have a solid offense, pretty strong defense, and it's going to be kind of separated by who has the most athletes, who has the better coaches. And I actually have you guys pulling away late, maybe with a late field goal winning the game 30-28, or maybe just a long drive. But I have you guys winning on the road in California against San Diego State. So you got a couple tough wins on your belt already, which is great heading into week 5. Week 5 is an away game at Memphis. Memphis is kind of more of a shell of itself in the sense of their offense that used to be pretty dynamic. They've lost, obviously, their head coach a few years ago that was really good, and just don't have the horses like they used to. I think you guys end up winning this game again on the road, 31-21, another solid win for the conference. Next week, San Jose State, the Trojans. Again, another team not really worth mentioning too much about. I hate saying that, but it should be another easy win for you. You got to win this game to keep it going here. I picked you guys for that one to win that one, 28-13. So that's 5 straight wins, and you guys, that's awesome. You're heading for good things here. Following week, an away game at Colorado State. Should be able to handle the Rams, but the thing about this one too, you have 5 wins under your belt. The offense is really starting to click and figure some things out. And to me, this kind of seems like a trap game. I don't know if it's just because it's an away game or what it is specifically, but maybe this is the type of game where you go in feeling really good about it. And you should anyway. Don't discredit yourselves. You definitely should. But this feels to me it could be a trap game. And I just wrote down turnovers. If there's too many turnovers in this type of game, I could see this being just a random run-of-the-mill loss. I think last year you guys had lost to UTEP So, yes, I did do my research. I don't know much about the Broncos, but I did do my research. You guys lost to UTEP, but that was a game you definitely didn't need to lose, and you still won 10 games. I feel like this could be another type of game like that where you probably should win, and you might lose a tough one. So I actually have this being the loss, 28-24. So it's a pretty close game, and could be wrong there, but I just have it as a loss for right now. The next week is a game against Wyoming. It's a home game for you guys. You're a much more balanced team than Wyoming. And I think you kind of just win all facets of this game. I think your offense and your defense really takes over the game. The score is not close, and this is your first game kind of tapping into those 40s. And I have you guys winning that game 42-20. And they might not even score 20 on you. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt and give them a big 2-0. So you win that game. Heading into the very next week is an away game at Fresno State. Now, this is a Mountain West Championship rematch game. Like I had said previously earlier in this video, you guys did beat them in the regular season last year and ended up losing to them in that Mountain West Conference Championship game. So as far as I'm concerned, I think this is the type of game that you really want to show face and really show, hey, this is not the same team. Andy Avalos is going to take over this game and have a really good game plan set up, and they're going to want that revenge, and they are going to get it. And the reason why I think is because you have a strong defense. Strong offense is really going to kick into gear here, and come halftime, you're going to make the right adjustments, and you guys are going to win this game 34-30. So it's the regular season, though, so if you win this game, you better make sure you win the, the championship game if you make it there. And as of right now, it looks like you are. Very next week, New Mexico, the Lobos. I just think that success from that Fresno State game is really putting you guys on cloud nine. That success is going to continue. You guys win this one pretty hands down. I got you winning a big one here, 41-17 against the Lobos of New Mexico. 2 more games left on the schedule, and you guys are sitting quite well. Next game is an away game at Utah State, the Aggies. Now, I think Utah State, I don't think they're too much of a threat, and I think you guys should be able to handle this one. And don't be surprised if they make some type of a late garbage touchdown that really doesn't even matter. And it probably going to make the score appear closer than it was throughout the entire game. So I put it down. You guys win 28-20, but the majority of this game is going to be like a 28-13. That 2-touchdown spread. So the final game of the season here, you guys were on another tremendous winning streak, by the way. 4 games after that trap game loss to Colorado State. So you guys are on fire. Home game against Air Force. I do think Air Force is going to be a solid team. Kind of more like a San Diego State type of team, not so much Fresno State. I'm really high on Fresno State for you guys in the Mountain West Conference. But yeah, I'm not as high on Air Force. I just think that you guys, your offense, it just continues to run on all cylinders here. All those Pistons are really kicking in, and you guys don't have too many issues with Air Force. And I have you winning this one for the 12th game of the season, 28-21. So just in the regular season alone, you guys win 10-2, and then you start to consider, okay, you're probably definitely into that Mountain West Conference Championship game. And who are you likely going to play? Probably Fresno State. Let's be honest. They're a really good team, too. You guys are probably the 2 best teams in that conference. And it's going to be interesting to see who kind of takes over it and really just pulls ahead late. I'll pull for you guys because I love the blue field turf. I don't know where they're going to do that that conference championship game at, but I've kind of been a Boise State fan secretly a little bit for quite some time too, and just be nice to see you guys win. So we'll see how it turns out, but yeah, 10-2 on the conference, or excuse me, 10-2 on the season for you guys, which is just wonderful. If you win your championship game too, I should reiterate that you win your championship game, you're 11-2, and you probably will definitely be considered for a very large at-large bid. For a really great bowl game, and you're obviously going to be playing a tough Power 5 team, and we'll see how you guys do, especially if you got that offense really kicking into high gear like I was talking about earlier. But so anyways, 10-2 on the regular season. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below if you want to talk a little bit about the Boise State Broncos or some other team too. That's cool. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one.